Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of Torino versus Roma in Serie A. Hope you guys do enjoy the stream. Like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And also hit the poll if you guys to vote who you think is going to win. Do you think Roma is going to win? Do you think Torino is going to win? Let me know in the chat. Hopefully it'll be a cracking game.
On the right, our referee is Marco Guida, a Serie A referee since 2010, FIFA listed since 2014. They don't come much more experienced. Alejandro Di Paolo is.
You're welcome to ring me if you want.
This evening.
So, hopefully you guys do enjoy the stream. Like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Torino versus Roma tonight, folks.
We hope for an entertaining night in Torino. A fixture with plenty of potential. Both sides seem on the up. Torino with the greater preparation time. Dybala and co were playing in Moldova on Thursday night. But we will pause now in Turin to remember Giorgio Napolitano, the former Italian president who sadly passed away on Friday at the age of 98. So the Granata host the Giallorossi.
So guys, keep on your question in the chat. Like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
It just feels like an evening where I think it's going to be entertaining. I think the form that Ivan Juric's men have been in, I think they'll take the game to Roma. I think they'll be on the front foot. Jose's men coming off the back of a 7-0 win last week should be pretty confident. Slight change of shape. Renato Sanchez not being in the side, away from a 3-5-2. Tonight playing 3-4-2-1, so it really feels like a night where it's going to be a really good game of football.
Jose Mourinho back on the touchline today. He began a 4-match European ban in the week after the incident with Anthony Taylor after the Europa League last season. As you can see, just on the edge of his technical area now.
There we go, the game is on the way, folks. Roma versus Torino in Serie A.
It's been quite an atmosphere in the build-up to kick-off at the stadium. Let's see if we get a good contest between Torino and Roma. Certainly should do.
Hopefully it'll be a good game, folks.
With an early touch, he's had a really good start to the season. Was excellent in that victory over Empoli this week as Tameze plays forward to Zapata. Sek.
Strength early doors there for Evan and Dika. I think you're right, Adam, pointing out the form of Brian Cristante. Certainly got a lot of confidence breaking forward, getting assists, getting the goals.
So guys, keep your questions in the chat. Like, sub, and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Spelling over with the attempted cross. Has kept his place in the Torino side tonight, despite the fact that Vlasic is available. There was some speculation in the Italian press that Vlasic would come back in and Sek would drop out, but
hopefully it'll be a good game.
Change for Torino to that team that won 3-0 at Salernitana last weekend, with Ilic coming into the midfield and Ricci dropping out.
I'm just interested to see how this game's going to pan out.
Fairly settled Torino side at the start of the season.
Oh, well, Radonjic has been in fantastic form You're right, they're playing some really good football, Torino.
Radonic has already scored more goals this season than he did in the whole of last season in Serie A. Lukaku, who's got 2 in 2. Dybala.
Oh, come on. Here comes Roma.
Cristante.
Oh.
Just misjudged by Romelu Lukaku.
Shame, because they got themselves in a good position there, Roma. There's a good ball into Lukaku's feet. If his touch was better, Dybala was standing right next to him, waiting for the opportunity.
Seemed to have mixed feelings after the win against Sheriff during the week. Mourinho said he wasn't happy at all with the first half, but said plenty pleased him about the second.
So guys, keep putting your question in the chat, like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm just topping up my
I thought you
drink.
were going to say he wrote the league final. He got interviewed last week, he said I never lost it.
Yeah.
I'm convinced I never lost that final.
Just like when Jose said he got half a trophy for the when he lost his job just before Tottenham had that cup final.
He's got a point though.
Yeah.
But they're a different side, Roma, when Dybala's fully fit. Such a lovely player to watch. Great balance, great skill, and he makes them tick at times.
18 goals in all competitions last season for Dybala. They're really having to manage him minutes.
So guys, keep your questions coming, like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And let me know your thoughts for the...
Year or so. He turned down a recent call up to the Argentina squad to work on his fitness. A hip injury had been the problem. But starts again tonight.
And I think Lukaku's got a big role to play. He's got to make sure it sticks when it goes up to him, because then he can bring Dybala and El Shaarawy into the game.
Spinazzola.
I think Roma will win this, just because of the players that they've got.
A positive drive forward here by Sek. Tamezi was the short pass, but goes wide instead. Zapata's waiting, and there's his header. Good save.
Oh, nearly a goal for Torino, folks, inside the first 5 minutes.
Smartly there. Zapata with the cross.
Well, there's the first chance in the game, and it all started from Denver Sek in the middle of the park with a step over, playing out wide and getting the cross in the box for Zapata.
Bellanova with another good ball over.
Good start, great start from Torino on the front foot. It was a good header from Zapata. No real fault in the attempted finish. I expect Patricio to make that save.
Still searching for his first goal for his new club. Zapata might be particularly determined to get it tonight, Don, because of course he had that move to Roma fall through over the summer. Truly, totally explain why.
Come on, Roma! Even though we're in Napoli shirt, we draw 0-0 to Bologna today, so bit disappointed. We could have won if Osimhen knew how to score a penalty.
Sek. Ilic. Here's Ilic again. Christensen. Good tempo, good energy about the game in the early stages.
Yeah, it is. It's the start of Torino, so Roma in the early parts of this game have to be disciplined. And have to try and feel their way into the game. It's a confident Torino start.
As well as winning their last 2 games, I think I mentioned earlier, clean sheets in them as well against Genoa and Salernitana. That will have raised the confidence levels as well. And they could win 3 games in a row, Torino, for the first time in Serie A since September 2019. If they were to
Come on, Roma, I want you just to play well, because I expect you to win.
Sheets out before. Obviously lost heavily against Milan.
There's a definite confidence here about the Granata though. Samata's there between Cristante and Radonic.
Yeah, I think Cristante accidentally stole him, but
So guys, let me keep your questions are coming. So it's about 50-50. We're just waiting for any chance to happen. That's why I'm just not saying much at the moment.
I remember when he was taken off after 15 minutes, having been brought on as a sub against Juve in March. His manager, Juric, accused him of a lack of respect and doing his own thing rather than the instructions he's been given. And now is, right now, is one of the star men in the side.
No, you have to learn. You're going to play under Ivan Juric. You have to be a team player. You can see the confidence of Torino in their shape, making the pitch big. Trying to get wide players into the game.
Really is imperative for Roma if they are to target a top four finish this season that they are better away from home. They've only won 1 of the last 10 on their travels in Serie A, lost 6 of those. That victory actually came here against Torino in April. Dybala got the only goal.
Well, it's not been a good start. Obviously they won 7-0 against Empoli last week, but before that, no wins in 3.
I've seen a lot from Rome in this game so far, but
He's got El Shaarawy and Lukaku with the effort.
Do you know what?
Lukaku just had a shot, but it's not really trouble the keeper.
You recognise as well Lukaku wants this ball, and on the left foot chest volley, he puts it on a plate for him to say, go on, take the shot on, take it first time. It's not an easy one to strike. You'd have fancied it.
You know, if those two really do strike up an understanding, and if those two stay fit, on what a difference it could make to Roma's season.
That's the if. If you can keep them fit, you've got 2 fantastic footballers alongside El Shaarawy. It's a hard one for Jose to manage the minutes of both players. He knows they're so important to the team.
Lukaku looking to latch onto this. Shears came across.
You can see the understanding as soon as Dybala gets on the ball. Lukaku's on his bike trying to get in behind because he knows he's got the quality to find him.
Looking with great regularity to try and release Lukaku. Dybala as Christensen takes the throw in. Tameze with the header clear. Christensen again. Dybala.
Very aggressive fullback. Rasmus Christensen, wing back should I say. And likes a duel.
Come on, Roma.
Feature against Sheriff Christensen, so should be fresh.
Big competition in that slot between Christensen and Karsdorp.
Karsdorp who started against Sheriff on this sec. And Deacon as well, having made his debut for Roma last weekend. Also plays against Sheriff during the week. Sec, chance for him to stretch his legs. Zapata to his left. Cristante just took it away from Sec.
He's an exciting midfield player, Denver Sec. Very rarely do you see midfield players that are willing to take players on. He's got wonderful skill, turn of pace.
Senegalese international Denver Sec, only 22. It's Bellanova who will take this.
Throw in to Torino, folks.
Early cross there by Bellanova. Was crying out to be attacked, that wasn't it? Lazaro came close to it.
What a ball in.
Rodriguez doing well with Lazaro. Now Ilic. Tameze. Lazaro. Zapata wants it in the box. Yuka was there. Roma's only Serie A away game of the season before tonight, 2-1 loss at Verona at the end of August, and Ivan Juric's side will certainly provide them with a stiff test tonight. I think the opening 12 minutes have suggested that. Tom Bajilic just got away from Zapata, Paredes, El Shaarawy, Lukaku, El Shaarawy, Dybala beyond him. Lukaku calling for it in the box.
Here comes Roma.
Spinazzola. Paredes. Mancini. Christensen.
Shame. I think you can see already 12 minutes in the flow of the game where Torino is defensively very strong, but as soon as Roma break anywhere near the 18-yard box, the likes of Dybala and Lukaku, Paredes picking passes, they're a cracking sight to watch. So it's finding the rhythm.
Whilst Roma seek improved results away from home this season, I guess you could say the same of Torino. They only won 5 league games in Turin last season, but for the most part, a lot better away from home. The Granata took 9 points more on their travels. I think the more ambitious, the more optimistic their support will feel that it's a club that should at some point really make a push to at least challenge for the European places, and if they are going to do that, clearly their home record got much better than it was last season.
I think that would have been the team for Ivan Juric to his team before they entered the field tonight. They're sitting at 9th on 7, but they can jump about 4 or 5 places with a win. Get on the same points as Fiorentina and Juve on 10. Likewise for Roma, if they take 3 points, sitting on 14, they can go close to top 10.
Right. Give me a question, like, sub and subscribe, answer as many emails as I can.
Feels like a good battle early on Sean against Lukaku.
Mancini. Intercepted by Tameze. He looks like he could be an excellent signing from Verona. Just brings that physicality in the midfield.
Come on, Roma.
Maybe they lacked last season.
Yeah.
Bellanova.
Even though I don't support Roma, I'm just in this game that I expect them to win.
It's a great area.
Another good matchup, wasn't it? Bellanova against Spinazzola.
Lukaku with the layoff. Yeah, there's great matchups all over the pitch tonight. And I love the battle between Juric and Mourinho on the touchline as well.
Yeah, certainly 1 or 2 problems for Jose to sort early on.
Juric, something of a Gasparini disciple. That may well help actually the adjustment process for Duvan Zapata, being very used to the demands, the expectations of Gasparini. They're not identical in their coaching, but there are
Go Roma, go Roma, go Roma, get out!
Terrific terrific coaches.
As I expect them to get the win, but it's just how.
Two good tacticians as well.
He's a big fan of death metal. Music, Ivan Juric has been seen at plenty of gigs. One of his favourite bands, I'm told, Obituary and Carcass. There's a lesson there for young players as well, isn't there? Because one of the smaller players on the pitch, yet the way that he used his body there to make sure that he held off Rodriguez, I think it was really good.
He can't beat technique and class, and that's what he's got. Dybala.
Now it could be a chance for Torino. Zapata. Radonic. He was always looking to try and bend one, wasn't it? Finish he loves.
I was just thinking after the...
How on earth has Torino not scored that? It's
fancy in the top right-hand corner.
He's actually up against a former club tonight, Radonic, who was contracted to Roma for 3 years as a youngster until the age of 17. Didn't make any senior appearances.
Roma.
Spinazzola. Ndika. Could be a really excellent signing on a free from Frankfurt.
I'm just hoping it'll be a good game, but we're just waiting to see what happens.
Germany.
Yeah, same. I think we've got Liverpool's radar as well. Many a club's radar, I think, on a free.
In the Europa League with Frankfurt. Originally came through Zer's youth system. Spinazzola. Ndika. Paredes. Christensen.
I'm not sure the pitch is the smoothest. I'm just watching the roll of the ball when Roma are knocking it across the back and into midfield.
So far,
Tricky.
it's not been a bad game, just not a lot of chances.
Lozano might keep that in. Dybala. Just too much on it for Elfman. I thought it was too much on it. He's worked a miracle to keep that in.
Unreal.
Spinazzola. Paredes. Mancini. Now Christensen. Cristante. Misjudged by Ilic. Paredes. Dybala. Sek is back defending. Good clearance by Buongiorno.
Was. Tried a little try turn there. Romelu Lukaku. But Dybala's had a good start to the game. Heavily involved.
Looks full of energy, doesn't he?
Looks fit.
Well, they've got him on an individual training programme at the moment for the first couple of days after each game. They just want to be really careful with him in terms of how much he's worked. Tameze gets his head to that. Cristante was there. Buongiorno got it clear. And then that was Dybala's header. And Cristante...
Oh, Roma! How on earth can you go and blast that over?
He just took it a fraction early. Probably knew he was going to be under pressure here, Cristante, so he thought he had to take it early, which then was probably impossible to keep down. But I like the positions that he's taken up lately. Cristante playing further forward.
Seems to suit him a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it's... Paredes will be the player that'll play a little bit deeper, so you have that conversation if you're Frank Cristante and Paredes, and they'll say, you know, when I go, make sure you sit. And it suits him. I've always thought being a defensive midfield player, he had more to offer than this, than sort of sitting still.
And then over to Tameze. Ndika. Just kept in by Rodriguez. Shoes. Lazaro.
See the ball bobbling away. Just makes you take that extra touch.
Shoes. Tameze. Radonic. It's a goal kick that's given.
It's interesting because the game's actually been having them fun, but just no real chances.
The player who's perhaps gone closest so far to breaking the deadlock for Ivan Juric's side. Says he's told his players he wants more of the same after back-to-back wins. Talks about the need to remain focused.
I think you can see early on where Torino had their joy, and that's getting out wide, whether it be Lazaro or Bellanova putting crosses in.
There's good energy for them down the flanks, isn't there?
And there's good quality as well. If you've got Zapata as a number 9, put it in there for him.
Oh, the Murphy, my wife's at home. Ah.
Tameze. To drive forward here, Tameze. Good run. Radonic. A good ball over towards Bellanova. The danger was sensed. Tameze continued his run and wins a corner.
Yeah, it's positive football. It's confident football from Torino. I think they're just trying to solve one or two problems. Not easy to try and play through the middle of the park. So they're getting it out wide, putting crosses in the box, getting one or two overlaps on that left-hand side.
Come on, Roma.
What can they do from this set piece? El Shaarawy it was who got that clear. Schuurs, who was supposed to shoot by the crowd, it'll be another corner.
Yeah, I think in that scenario was ambitious, so he'll take second prize, getting the corner.
It's the one clean sheet in the first 4 league games of the season for Rui Patricio. Will he be tested here? It's Ivan Ilic, the Serbian international, who will take it for the Granata. El Shaarawy got it clear again. Roma with a player down in the box.
I think it was a foul off the ball on Brian Cristante.
We've got plenty of live action coming up on our channels during the week. From the National League, Rochdale, who were relegated from League 2 last season, up against the title favourites in the 5th tier this season, Chesterfield.
Come on, sports. Redford on Tuesday.
In Turin, that'll be an intriguing game at the start. Lecce have made their 3rd. Right now, Juventus are behind them. Lazaro. Yeah, that could be a little banana skin, couldn't it, potentially for Juve on Tuesday.
Come on, lads.
Cristante. It's a bit of a humiliation, wasn't it, for Juve yesterday with the mistake from Szczęsny and the own goal from Gatti. Lazaro. Christensen with the throw. Cleared by Milinkovic-Savic. Lost by Sek. Spinazzola has found Cristante. Dybala. El-Shaarawy.
Roma.
Just needed a better ball in.
Ndika.
I think you can see the game plan where Roma are getting joy when they get it into Dybala's feet. As soon as he gets it, everyone comes alive.
Spinazzola. He's lost it that time. Zapata with Sek central. Zapata going on the outside here. Tidied up by Paredes.
I think this young man's got a bright future in the game. Belanova, 23. Fantastic young player.
Inter turned down the chance to sign him permanently, didn't they? For the summer. Signed for €7 million from Cagliari by Torino, but I agree with you, his energy up and down that right flank has been really good so far, and a couple of fine crosses in from him too. Radonic goes on the outside this time. In corner to the Granata.
Well, this is where they're starting to impose their quality.
Not bad first half an hour, but it's just nothing really happening.
Lazaro Radonic trying to get 2v1s against Rasmus Christensen.
Valentino Lazaro will take the corner. Well, on the volley it was hit by Rodriguez. Goodness me, that was travelling.
Oh, what a hit. I mean, if this flies in on his right foot, goal of the season contender.
It's his weaker foot there.
Yeah.
Flicked on by Cristante. El-Shaarawy. Spinazzola. Over towards Christensen. Well, they're saying there was a handball there, the Roma players. There were several of them appealed. It will be getting checked by VAR that.
I mean, I seen a penalty earlier in the Napoli game when it struck a hand, and in my opinion, it was never ever a penalty, so this one will be checked. But I've got the same feeling. It wasn't a penalty.
Spinazzola. Tameze. Ilic. Just over half an hour gone in Turin. Zapata looking to turn away from Llorente. Ndika. I just wonder whether we're seeing some stylistic changes from Roma in the early weeks of this season. They only averaged just over 48% possession in Serie A last season. We just see that appeal there that was waved away. They were 12th in the league for that metric last season. In their first 4 games of this season, that figure's gone up to 56.6%, which is a pretty big rise. Which maybe are having more of the ball this season. Whether it's something that will continue, we'll have to see. So much on that from Spinazzola.
Yeah, I think it helps when you've got Leandro Paredes in the middle of the park. He's a player that wants the ball at his feet.
There was a midweek programme of games in Serie A. On Wednesday night, we see Milan go to Cagliari. Milan currently second in the table. That's at 5:30 on 1. And then a later game that night from San Siro, Inter against Sassuolo. Inter, the only side with a 100% record in Serie A. Sassuolo go into that game, though, off the back of beating Juventus 4-2.
It's even... Oh, I love it. Oh, I got the effect. I love that.
Tuesday night for the Newcastle game. What a sporting theatre that remains.
Pass the ketchup. Da, da, da. Ha. Does he want some mustard now?
He's one of the most experienced referees in Italy.
He's a fine Roxham.
Top flight official for 13 years now. Llorente with the header. Cristante. Lukaku gives chase.
Gotta give him a better ball.
Come on, Roma. Roma can't seem to want to get off the starting box.
You can't make Bongiorno favourite there. You've got to make sure the weight of pass gives Lukaku a chance.
Third time with his work now with Jose Mourinho, Romelu Lukaku. Saying in an interview the other day that he believes together we can do beautiful things, he said.
Yes, get in there.
Rodriguez. Lazaro. Illich. The ball. Villanova.
Oh.
Here they come, Torino.
Here comes Torino.
Zapata. Sek. Radonic. Lazaro. Roma have got plenty back. Radonic.
Put it in.
Oh, Torino! Torino! Oh, say.
Patricio.
I just had a feeling a little bit earlier. Great run from Villanova. But once he played it into Juvan Zapata, they went to the left-hand side. I thought they missed a trick in not putting the cross in a bit earlier. Radonic, good skill, good feet.
He's always looking to do that, isn't he? Cutting on inside on his right foot. It's worked very effectively for him just recently. Tameze.
That's where if you're a defender though, and he's got your 1v1, you've got to send him on the outside onto his left foot.
Good sliding challenge by Paredes. Sek is down here.
Like you, I thought he got the ball. Unless he caught the man on the way through. Actually missed the ball. It's a foul.
So 10 to go till half time. Mulic. Give a word here with Villanova.
Roma not really, apart from moments in the game, got going.
He's got a great record against Torino, Lukaku. He's been involved in 7 goals in 4 matches against them in Serie A. 4 goals, 3 assists. They've not really got too much service up to him as of yet.
Now that's the key. If you're going to play balls into Lukaku's feet, where it's exactly what he wants when he can try and roll centre backs and use his strength. You've got to make sure the quality into his feet is good, and then El Shaarawy can join in, and Dybala can join in, Cristante can make runs forward. I stand by it though, I don't think the pitch is helping.
Quite surprising, really, that it's in this state this early on in the season, really.
To watch the way the ball travels along the floor, bobbling away.
Paredes. Lukaku is beaten in the air, but it falls to Cristante. Paredes. Just seeing a good balance there with Paredes and Cristante. Dybala just in front of them. Pellegrini, the captain, has been injured but is on the bench tonight. Ndika.
There's me talking about the pitch. I've seen a clip on social media of Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo, playing for Inter. The pitch was a shambles. He was taking everyone on.
Yeah, it looked like a beach, didn't it?
Oh, it was unreal. You get a chance, go and try and find it. Have a look at his skill.
Paredes.
There wasn't a single bit of green on the pitch. It was brown, and he was taking everyone on.
Set chasing that, but across came Ndika. Cristante.
Oh, come on, Roma.
Not really got Spinazzola into the game too much, Roma. Can't really find him. I mean, that's a fight ball for Lukaku to try and deal with. Got to give him better service than that.
Alessandro Buongiorno has looked up for the fight as well, hasn't he, tonight?
He has, but if you're a midfield player, or if you want the three centre-backs, you want to drop one into Ronaldo, look, sorry, Lukaku, there's another fight ball. Got to give him some quality. There's pass appreciation.
Wave.
Another one. Another fight ball that he can't win. It's not a hard skill, you know, to drop a ball 30, 40 yards into your front man's chest.
He's back to scoring goals. Lukaku 4 in his last 3 games for club and country, 2 in 2 for Roma. He's been flying in the European qualifiers, hasn't he, for Belgium? 8 goals in 5 games, the top scorer in the European qualifiers at the moment.
He's always had a great record, you've got to service him.
Zapata came off Llorente last night. It'll be a corner. 5 to go in this first half. Sek taking up a position on the edge of the 6-yard box.
Milic has got to make sure from this corner he beats the front man, the front screen.
Well, he had 2 that were met at the near post, didn't he, by El Shaarawy. Deeper that time, it was a really good ball in that.
Good crossing, good header from Zapata, but it's just wide for Torino, folks.
He just got across there. Zapata just had half a yard to get the flight of the ball and trying to aim it in that bottom corner. Couldn't quite pull it off, but half a chance.
Chile down in the box here. These problems with injuries last season, didn't he, at Atalanta, at Zapata, but when he's fit and firing and on his game and confident, he's such a handful.
He's such a good centre forward, but like Lukaku, you've got to service them.
Up into double figures for Serie A goals for 6 seasons running, Zapata, until last season. That's when that particular run ended.
Him and Muriel were a good partnership, weren't they?
Well, there was a time when, of course, when you had players, so many flair players in that side, the amount of balls that were being played into him, players like Papu Gomez, Pasalic, So many others as well. Ndika to Spinazzola. Paredes.
Roma are putting on the pressure just before half time, folks.
Spinazzola, Lukaku is calling for it in the box. Dybala.
Bobbled. That's what he's looking at the pitch there. Dybala. Trying to play the 1-2.
Llorente with the ball up towards Christensen. Led by Lukaku. Very clever that from Lukaku.
I think it's going to be 0-0 at half time because at the moment I can't.
He'd have fancied that on his left foot.
At the moment.
Over from Romelu Lukaku. And it's unlike Dybala to snatch at that effort and pull it so badly wide.
Plenty for him to be pondering ahead of half-time. I felt that the first half performance in Moldova in the week lacked control, I think, was his main criticism.
I think the starting point, as I said, Jose will say it at half-time. Make sure you give Romelu Lukaku better service. Get the ball into his feet. We can all play from there. Everyone can join in once you've got good possession.
Let's go and see if anyone put any questions in. I'll answer any questions. No, we've yet to have anybody chat in the actual chat. Pardon me, sorry folks.
I will say, Giorno's done well against Lukaku, aerially. Won most of the headers.
We're just waiting. We're just about near half time, folks. 0-0. Torino versus Roma.
Buongiorno. Turned down a move to Atalanta. It was reported over the summer. His senior international debut in June, but wasn't involved in Spalletti's first squad. He's doing a tour of the clubs at the moment, going to meet all the different coaches. Spalletti. To put together a really exciting side ahead of next summer's European Championships. So just the 60 seconds to be added on at the end of this first half in Turin. Dybala seeks out
Literally
Spinazzola.
nothing has happened in this half.
Movement from Cristante. Lukaku. Llorente. Ndika.
Better.
Lukaku.
Better ball into him.
Spinazzola. El Shaarawy. Pass that was well dealt with by Rodriguez, and then Tameze with the pass to Sek. But no time for a counter-attack as the referee blows the half-time whistle. Lukaku has been largely frustrated in that first half.
Half-time, folks. Roma 0, Torino 0.
A couple of decent chances with his head at the other end of the pitch, but yet to see the deadlock broken in Turin. At half-time, it's Torino 0, Roma 0.
Serie A, made in Italy.
We need to play well, we need to play with intensity, but the game's not really a lot of chances. Wait, we're too good. I mean, that one team can score a goal, our engine can't score fuck for shite. Guys, keep putting your questions in, like, sub, and subscribe. So guys, keep your questions coming, like, subscribe, and I'll answer as many questions as I can. I'm hoping that we can get a better second half and actually have chances. Interesting that the early kickoff is Brighton versus Aston Villa. I was a bit surprised how the game went, but there's not been a lot of chances for like Zapata a chance by Lukaku. Apart from that, there wasn't really that much. Hopefully second half is going to be better, folks. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the stream. Like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Hopefully. I'm just hoping for a goal in the second half, folks, for you lads. Well, hopefully you guys do enjoy the stream. Like, sub and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hopefully we get a go in the second half.
See what his size can do here. Remember, both of these teams are looking to make
Come on, let's have an entertaining second half, folks.
genuine momentum. He told his players he wanted more of the same after those back-to-back victories. He was very impressed, naturally. Juric mentioned as much with Roma's performance against Empoli last weekend. I don't think they've hit anywhere near those heights today, but they're up against a much better side today.
Yeah, they are. Just seen that graphic there of Juventus never beaten Mourinho, but this is a chance today. It's been a pretty good performance from Torino.
I thought they could have a promising season. The signing of Tameze in central midfield to me just brought that physicality that I felt at times they really missed in the centre of the park last season. And down the flanks with Lazaro and Bellanova, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of potential threat if they can get them on the ball in dangerous positions.
Well, the league table looks healthy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you're a Torino fan, I mean, as it stands, they're sitting on 8 points, but they could go to 10 and get on the same points as Fiorentina and Juve with a win.
An important 45 minutes ahead, of course, the chance of Belotti coming up against his former club at some point. Should he be used from the bench by Mourinho? Has been an identical start for Torino points-wise compared to last season, but in Roma's case, they're 6 points worse off. They began the previous campaign pretty well, 3 wins and a draw. Can they find a way to win this tonight in Turin as Milinkovic-Savic launches one long? Lukaku straight away had Rodriguez at his back. Christensen. No changes from either of the coaches at half-time. Each have plenty in reserve should they feel the need to turn to their benches. Bellanova. Lazaro, formerly of Newcastle United. Ilic. Zapata. Good strength from Zapata. Brings Radonic into the game. Up against Christensen.
Hard player to beat in a 1v1 duel. Rasmus Christensen, very good defender.
They'll play it down off the ball, Torino, but the play's allowed to continue.
Go on, go on, Lukaku. That's the ball. Oh, unlucky.
Rodriguez with potentially a goal-saving challenge there to take it away from Dybala.
Brilliant football all round. That was so much better from Lukaku. Had the beating of a couple of Torino players with skill and pace, and he was just looking for Dybala. The assist, but Rodriguez spots him. Good defending. But better from Roma early on in the second half.
Yeah, really good that from Ricardo Rodriguez. It's in his 4th season now with Torino, the former Milan and Wolfsburg player. Cristante.
I think he's had a great career.
Ooh.
Terrific throw, Rodriguez.
Spinazzola. Movement from Cristante, which was seen. And Dika.
Well, they've obviously had a team talk, Roma, because they're showing more intent.
It's a real opportunity for both of these sides tonight, because if you go from 2 wins in a row to 3 wins in a row, suddenly as a player you must start to feel on a roll.
Absolutely, but I think Roma need it more. I think when you look at the league table, they need to generate some momentum.
Tameze. Bellanova was always up against it. He's quick though, isn't he, Bellanova?
Oh, is that the goal for Torino, by any chance? Or is that for Roma?
Lukaku breaking away from 2 players, too strong from Tameze, then he's just looking for the assist, trying to put it into the path of Paulo Dybala. Excellent defender from Ricardo Rodriguez.
I think there are certainly encouraging signs for Roma supporters in terms of a link-up and understanding between those two, Dybala and Lukaku. Starting to seem on the same wavelength already. Here's Sek. Can provide X-Factor, and still he goes on.
Oh, it comes. Oh, Torino, I thought they were through there, but then it was a good saving tackle from Roma.
Excellent. Brilliant work from Sek, the way he drove on and went past players like we weren't there. And Dika, he beat him for pace, but good covering from Spinazzola.
Walk on at the start of the second half. Watchalong and Shoes come forward here. Zlataro is on the edge of the box. Ilic takes it. Lukaku got it clear. Lazaro. Watched wide by Rui Patricio.
Well, that was very ambitious. I would have thought Lazaro would have been better off keeping that move alive.
He was at Torino on loan last season, said the decision to come back permanently was quick and easy. Tameze. Sek. Bellanova to his right.
Good idea. See what he was trying there, Dembasek. He was trying a little wall pass off Zapata, trying the 1-2.
Andika. Rodriguez. Looking forward with purpose to Zapata. He got his shot off.
That was a good effort. That was good centre forward play. Took a deflection. Some good hands from Patricio.
Llorente seems to have settled well at Roma. Originally arrived on loan from Leeds in January. It's very much needed.
Come on, Roma.
Smalling still out injured. Flicked on by Tameze. Sek looks to go on the outside. Oh, he did really well and he was close.
Brilliant.
How on earth has Torino not gone 1-0 up?
Not just the pace, it's the skill of the step over. Just there, goes past Ndika, got his head down, he's looking at the goal, he's thinking far corner, I'll take the shot, and if someone's coming in at the far post, they've got to tap in. Waving his team off, Ivan Juric.
He really is getting into good position second, making things happen. Lukaku. Right start to the second half this. Spinazzola. Goes on the outside. El Shaarawy.
I get the feeling that both managers have got into the players at half time, trying to give them the belief that they can go and win the game.
Oh, nearly Roma nearly scored.
Post, you try and wrap your foot around that. That is a difficult skill from El Shaarawy, but better from Spinazzola. Hardly seen him in the first half.
He often had to try and affect games from the bench last season, El Shaarawy, but he's still got 7 league goals. Only Abraham and Dybala got more for Roma last season. That new contract at the end of the previous campaign. Lazaro. Oh, nicely done. Lazaro just couldn't quite bring it down. It's just a little too high for him. So Vlasic is going to come on here.
Just needs something just to hit that spark, but nothing in this game is turned out to be the way I envisioned.
He's had a terrific game on Giorno. I don't think he's lost a header against Lukaku.
It's not been at all put off by the physicality of Lukaku either. He's been very much up for the fight, hasn't he?
I think he likes it.
Tameze. Interested to see who comes off here for Vlasic because you might have said Sek, but the way that he started this second half, I'd be very surprised if he gets taken off. Radonjic, we'll see. And it goes to Milinkovic-Savic. Dybala. Cristante. Christensen. They can make that change.
All we need is a goal in this game between Roma and Torino, and we are not getting it. Thank you very much for the like. I really appreciate doing. The only reason I've not reacted to a lot of things that have happened in this game is due to the fact that not a lot has happened in this game.
Was on loan last season from West Ham. That deal made permanent over the summer. Fourth most expensive signing in Torino's history. Only behind Verdi, Ilic, and Ciro Immobile. Oh, his national team coach. He's a massive fan of his.
Goal ball crossed in! Roma! Oh!
And they got it clear eventually through Rodriguez. Inadvertently struck the arm there of Evan Ndika.